Right, I've got Big Frank with me today.
Left.
Radiant team.
I've even named the entire stream after you. See?
Did you? Ah.
Yeah, I called it Cocaster. Genius.
Yeah, love to see it.
Okay, so obviously last time when you casted with me, you were part of a trio, but you get a lot more attention on you.
I mean, well, that's really, this patch has just been more or less the same, so I don't really think there'll be anything interesting in terms of drafting. Unless we see like something like a Meepo, but Ben's not here.
10 seconds remaining.
I read something interesting on the subreddit. These are the posts you get all the
5
time.
seconds
People complaining
remaining.
about the state of the game. But the interesting takes are the mechanics which would change, which weren't explicitly documented, but have had a massive meta change. And those are Shadow Shaman wards dealing way more damage to Roche. I think triple damage they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And Death Prophet Ultimate dealing double damage to buildings. So they never stated them explicitly as a change, but yet they are in the game, but they haven't fixed them, which makes me think they want to actually leave it in the game. But if you read it in the patch notes explicitly, Death Prophet Ultimate now deals double damage to buildings. I think Valve had gone crazy, lost their mind. So the fact that they've left it in the game for so long is, yeah, rather unusual, I think.
I think that they did that because they removed like the piercing, was it the piercing attack effect or something like that, something along those lines.
Oh yeah, they changed the damage
10
types.
seconds
That's true.
remaining.
Yeah,
but
the
it seemed
damage
like
types.
it seemed like an unintended
Dire
effect
team pick.
by buffing the ability so much. They've banned the Death Prophet anyway. Shadow Shaman is still in the pool. First pick, Hoodwink. We see quite a lot
Luke.
of Hoodwink. Yeah,
Luke
somewhat
Hoodwink.
playing the Hoodwink as a sports. Good hero. You can never go wrong with the Hoodwink on your team. Good disable, good burst damage, hard to gank.
10 seconds remaining.
Good laning presence. Annoying and right click.
5 seconds remaining.
I think the Hoodwinks are maxing out Acorn shot now, are they? In lane for the extra poke? Or do you still max?
I honestly think it depends on the state of the game, because maxing Acorn is nice if you're against like a very squishy lane support, in which case you just force them to trade with you. Like near like a range creep or something, you just toss your Acorn, you get the CS and you take away 500 health, in which case
Yeah.
they can't do anything.
Big damage. No. Whereas Bushwhack is a good stun. I think it does 300 magic damage, so it's a fairly standard nuke. But you're always going to land it in the lane because you
10
can't
seconds
not stand
remaining.
by trees, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless you're by your
There-
tower.
I think they removed the
5
burst
seconds remaining.
potential of like stun, because previously it would do 300 damage in like a single tick, which was like
Yes.
massive.
And it used to do 360 when they brought it out. So it was all about that Bushwhack burst. Then they nerfed it quite considerably, but Hoodwink still has a lot of damage. Can't complain. The change that benefits the heroes who can dispel Bushwhack is that the second you dispel it, the damage disappears as well.
Radiant team banned.
So if you cut it off halfway through the cast, halfway through the duration, you'll take away 150 damage of it as well. So good to play Omni Knight, etc. Now I did read that Medusa is very, very prominent in the meta as well. Tiny's been, they instantly banned Anti-Mage, which makes a lot of sense. But they're going to first phase Medusa.
I mean,
10 seconds remaining.
I think if I'm not mistaken, you were,
Team banned.
there was like a previous cast where you were mentioning that like it was always like supports getting picked first before like the core, but right now what you're doing is they're picking a core and then banning cores to counter
Radiant
that
team banned.
that counter the Medusa, which is a nice change of pace actually, and that's something I've been seeing
Team banned.
recently in a lot of captain's draft matches and stuff.
Well, I always thought that that was a better way to draft, and there was Jack S, someone who used to play the Inhouse quite a while ago. Whenever he was drafting, he did that very commonly. In fact, he even did things like first pick slot,
Team
and
pick.
people thought he was crazy. But when you can draft your team around your core, it makes a lot more sense than just trying to shoehorn in a POS 1 right at the end. I know in pub games it makes sense, but I think in Captain's Mode I like it. Because as you said, now there's definitely no Anti-Mage. There's no Phantom
Nope.
Lancer. You
Yeah.
banned the big counters, yeah.
10 seconds
I don't know who
remaining.
else was really good against Medusa, but Lockdown is obviously good. Heaven's Halberd,
seconds
anyone with
remaining.
built-in disarm, all of her damage is right-click. She's very immobile. Anyone who can smack her really hard also helps.
I also think they feel more compelled to pick a +1 because they know that, oh, look, Daya have drafted Mars and Mirana, so it's like, oh, you know who the 3 and 4 are, and you'd definitely by then have a core in mind how you want to play the lane. Do you want to just fight
Radiant team
into the Mars and Mirana, or just play passive and farm and leave for the jungle as soon as possible?
True. If you've seen the POS 3, you can think about your POS 1 a lot earlier, is what you're saying, and I agree.
Yeah.
But isn't Mars has a special mechanic, Bulwark, which counters ranged heroes quite a lot. He can take something like 70% less damage anyway, and then he can absorb damage from his team onto himself. So if the Mars is at the front, and his ultimate, of course, stops Medusa firing out of it, he counters ranged cores, and Medusa is very immobile. He can't leap out of it like a Mirana could, or another ranged core, for example. He's just stuck in the middle. I don't know about Medusa, to be honest.
I'm not too sure, but a previous patch that I was playing back in this year, I was seeing a lot of Dusa picks who would go Manta X shot, and normally like the carry would hit that timing by 20 minutes, and it'll be so strong. Like even if you have like a bad lane against a Mars, really, like you just need to hop into the jungle and grab yourself a cheeky Yasha or like a Muscle Man, and then just take like a 5-stack, and you'll be back on the field, ready to go.
Her farming is really good. That's obviously one of the main things about Medusa. And I quite like the Ags build, because if you have Ags, even if you're a little bit underfarmed, you actually have some use in a team fight because you have this bouncing stun, and with the Shard you fire out a free stun as well. Whereas if you go Manta into, I don't know, what item goes after Manta, you start going Skadi or Chrysalis or something, you're still, if you're behind, you're going to be quite useless in a team fight still.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have Ags, you are still going to be firing out these bouncing stuns, which are really strong, and they amplify physical damage for a short time. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Ags build. We'll see what happens. They've gone for Ogre, really popular support in our in-houses. Give the attack speed and move speed to Medusa, always a good thing. So I like that. Pretty good lane partner with Medusa. Medusa being ranged.
5 seconds remaining.
Now we are waiting on the Dire to see what they're going to pick.
Radiant team ban.
Windranger
Now
at
that
your service.
feels to me like a mid hero.
Nat Windranger, Ted Mars, yep.
Are we going to see Diffusal Blade Windranger? I do like it. It is funny. Windranger gets 500 attack speed at max level, max rank of the focus fire, and that takes away a lot of mana very, very quickly. Of course, then you don't have the damage to kill anybody else, so maybe it's not worth it. But if you want to counter Medusa, that is the way to do it. Windranger with but then you do need the damage to actually kill her afterwards, so hopefully someone on your team. I don't think that would do with Diffusal Blade Windranger, but I do like it in theory at least.
I don't know, the only core that I'm like kind of seeing right now is, I feel, based on my limited experience, would be Naga, but I don't think they have a Naga player on their side.
Yeah, the Radiant have a fair few ways of dealing with the illusions, I suppose, but Naga does have some synergy against Medusa, definitely. Really high damage, net her in place. If she starts using her ult, Naga just uses her ult as well, and you just wait for both of the ultimates to end, and then you go in and kill the Medusa. Definitely makes sense to me. Who was playing a lot of Naga? We had Juju playing some Naga, there was another player, is it not Ted who plays Naga?
Backwards hello.
Ben, it is Ben, okay. Playing Naga. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a core who would go toe-to-toe with Medusa. Of course, Medusa can be taken down by an entire enemy team if she's alone. So picking off the Ogre, the Hoodwink, the Pango, etc., then you can take down Medusa. Medusa's not quite like Tiny, who can literally 1v5. About 2 seconds. What a ridiculous hero that is.
I guess you just want a hero who just has a similar farming capability.
Yes.
Gets online quick. Luna would be decent. Pass her with SD as well.
Yes, Lunar Shadow Demon, that does make a lot of sense. The Lunar Illusions from Shadow Demon do a lot of damage. What other hero
5 seconds remaining.
go well? Fast farming, of course. Things like Terrorblade, Sven, Storm Spirit. Okay, so they've gone for Assassin hero. They've got Pango as well. Pango, Storm Spirit. They've got some initiation. No problem. That's covered on the Radiant. The Dire have things that can lock down Storm Spirit. You've got Shackle Shot. You've got Mirana Arrow
10
after
seconds
Shadow Demon
remaining.
Disruption. That's a very good combo. Then, of course, Mars Arena. So you
5
definitely have the
seconds
lockdown. Okay, they've got 1 minute 40 seconds left. Plenty of time to think about their POS 1. Luna's still looking good, in my opinion. Not sure who else I would guess. Maybe Slark would be okay. Go toe-to-toe with Medusa. Medusa likes long fights. You can easily dispel quite a lot of things. You can see Storm Spirit zipping in on you. You can press your Q. Ogre Magi Ignite. You can press the Q. Hoodwinks firing out his tree. You can press the Q. You can Dark Pact off everything very easily this game.
I don't think you'd have a good lane versus Pango though.
Maybe not.
If you're playing Slug. And like Slug generally loses the lane anyways. That's what I heard like Ben the other day.
He doesn't farm amazingly quickly, but if you max Dark Pact, you can farm it, at a reasonable speed. You won't keep up with the Medusa, but you might not need to. I just feel like long drawn-out fights, plus you have Leash for Pango and Storm. It seems like that will suit Slark, because Slark can't get bursted by Medusa, and the longer the fight goes, the weaker and weaker Medusa will become, and the stronger Slark will become. And Slark is a pretty good Diffusal Blade carrier anyway. But to me, it just made sense. I probably would have gone Diffusal and Aghanim build. See, you talked about Luna. I like the Luna. So we'll see which one of those it is, or another one entirely.
Yeah, could be something unexpected, like a Sven. Who knows?
Yeah, Sen can farm at least as fast as Medusa. They used their entire reserve time, over 2 minutes on this last pick. They did go Slug.
They did go for a Slug.
I'll take that. Good prediction from me.
A classic Morphara Medusa.
Thank you, Karen, for putting the predictions up. Only 3 viewers at the moment. Maybe some more people will drop in. Karen on Ogre Magi. Royd Slug. Okay. Ed does like his Mars. I want to see Wobber and Kinder going round as a sort of deadly ganking duo. Disruption into the arrow is a guaranteed 5-second stun. Massive amounts of burst. You pretty much can't survive that. I would like to see them utilize those 2 heroes as a gank squad.
Now, we'll have to see if Kinder lands the arrow or whether he misses it.
It's very generous to land it into disruption, because even if the arrow is not quite landed, it should land. And if it's part way through the target, when they come out of disruption, it can still hit them. So unless you really, really screw it up, you should be able to land the arrow, right?
We'll see.
In theory, anyway. We'll see what actually happens. But I do like support ganking duos is always my favorite way to play the game, because then the POS 4 and 5 can go around and they can kill the mid, they can kill the POS 1, anyone they find they can just kill. It's always a fun way to play, whereas Ogre and Hoodwink, it's not quite the same, but they still have good stuns, so we'll see. What is the mid lane? The Nat versus Decate. Okay, interesting matchup there. A fierce Storm Spirit previous game, 19-1-16.
Also a dub, 10-8-18, but a dub is still a dub.
Yeah, 14-6 with Mirana. Someone's comfortable with that hero. Never really played Mirana as anything but a POS 1. I know POS 4 Mirana, was that your speciality? No, it was Belial. He used to play Mirana POS 4. Let's get some cams on as well. Okay.
No.
You play a lot of POS 4 though. Have you played much POS 4 Mirana? I can't remember.
I don't like playing it because unless if you have a stun, you're just blindly tossing arrows and praying most of the time. But I know that if you can land arrows quite consistently, predict where people are going, POS 4 Mirana's like SS tier, I reckon.
They had to nerf Sacred Arrow at level 1. It used to always stun for 5 seconds, and now it doesn't stun 5 seconds at maximum range until you've got it maxed out. Of course, it's a lot of bonus damage. That was the other thing they added to it, though. 180 bonus damage. On top of even level 1, that's 240 damage. That's a very strong nuke. But we'll see what they can do at least. I'm just having a look at the lanes. Are they as predicted? Should be, right? Slark, he's heading off lane at the moment. Maybe he wants to lane against a Medusa instead of a Pango. He might think that's a better matchup for him. Not entirely sure, but I suppose he's not got a good lane either way. I hate laning. Or any ranged core, really.
And they are good. Are they good? Yeah, they are.
7 base armor on Ogre Magi. So much armor on that hero. Is really good at being a lane bully. And Karen has gone the 4 mango approach, so tons and tons of health regen. 8 health regen. In comparison, Medusa has 2.3. That's nearly 6 health regen more than the core. Absolutely insane.
They did plan the war because they predict an invasion, but
Well, there was a smoke, but they've invaded the wrong way.
the other side instead.
They have.
And they find
30
no one.
seconds to battle.
Level
The
1
PS4
disruption taken by Wobber. Not going to
I
shell
guess he just
poison.
wants to set up for the arrow, but that is if they find someone.
Yeah, I
Which
mean,
I highly doubt they will.
probably I wouldn't have leveled it until I found someone. Same with Kinder. He's already leveled the arrow, but again, they've not found anyone. They were really confident that they were going to run into the enemy team with the smoke, but it was a case of just 2 teams standing on other sides of the map, which happens a lot in our in-houses.
The battle begins for good and all.
And just a standard 2 runes for each team. Oh,
Yeah, very
Yep.
normal.
very cool.
Everyone's heading over to their lanes now. Baitmar going for Orb of Corrosion first item. Wonder if Royd will do the same or he'll just leave it Orb of Venom. I quite like Orb of Corrosion on Slark though. But we'll see. Maybe just Orb of Venom will be.
If you have a good lane, Orb of Corrosion has like so much value because you'll be getting kills with it.
Yeah. It provides a little bit extra slow. Maybe it doesn't actually. Is it still 13%? It does, of course, combine a little bit of HP, minus armor, and the slow all in one item. Great for early fighting, but I'm not sure Slark is mad desperate for minus armor. Just Orb of Venom probably is enough here. Oh, he's doing some big hits onto Jabemo. Look how much damage Jabemo's taking. He's only got 3 base armor. Really low for an Agi carry. Well, not carry, but Agi core.
Not to steal each stat, and so you're technically losing 20 extra health per time Slug hits you, because he also takes away one strength every time.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Of course, getting 3 damage every hit on Slark. And every time you get 2 hits off, you get another 1 armor. So it just becomes better and better and better. Rana's base stats are very low. Maybe 56 right click damage is not terrible, but 2 armor on an Agi carry? Well, these Agi carries have quite bad stats.
I think Rana does have one of the nicer what's that thing? Attack point animations.
Oh yeah,
'cause
definitely.
the projectile also flies pretty fast.
It sort of, travels at a reasonable speed.
Let's see the CS right now.
Yeah, good pull.
So it's
Not a lot to say at the moment. Mars slightly behind, but doing okay. I know Ted is a massive fan of starting with a bracer. Myself, not such a fan. I'd be more going Quelling Blade, double Gauntlet of Strength.
Is Quelling still worth it even after like the massive nerfs to like?
It's still 8 damage and it only costs 100. So yes, I quite like it. But maybe you think you don't need it. But the thing is, Medusa's base damage is the same as Mars's. So yes, I would really want to have it. And it looks like missed a kill in the top lane. They get a kill in Jabemo. A lot of damage going to somewhere. He does have to pop a stick. He's going to go down.
And he's dead.
Wobber gets the double kill. Really nice play. And Royds knew exactly how far he needed to dive. Already has boots on the Slark. 2 points of the Essence Shift. And that is a very, very nice double kill for Royds. We talked about Royds maybe having a difficult lane against the Pango, but it seems like maybe not. Already level 4. Guess he's going to pick up a rank of Dark Pack now. There it is. Doesn't get the range last hit. It's a pounce away as well. Uses quite a lot of mana, that. It's going to be fine. Decate and Nat both last hitting pretty well in the mid lane. Nothing really that surprising. Both heroes are also quite good at farming camps.
I'm surprised Royds didn't get any edgy from the kill. Well, I mean he has to get the last hit.
He has to get it at least within. He has to have the essence shift debuff on the target or something like that. It has to be within a. The
300
Slark kills
range.
an affected enemy hero.
If you hold alternate, I think that's the tooltip
Yeah,
there.
okay,
You don't need to land the killing blow.
Right. Well, okay. So you have to have hit them, and you have to be within 300 range. So he was obviously running away. But you know, one agi is not a big deal. Point is, he got the kill, or he helped Wobble get the kill. And Slark just needs to have a lane where he can get level 6 as quickly as possible. Then he's pretty much unharassable. He's already nearly level 5, 4 minutes in. So it's a very, very good lane. Yeah, absolutely incredible. I mean, Mo Farah's not even hit level 4 yet. Talking about the difference. But look, Ted has taken quite a lot of damage. He loves double brace, I've noticed. I really hope he takes a rank of Bulwark, though. If you're playing against a ranged core, I love to have Bulwark. Even one rank is 40% less damage taken every time you hit. Yeah, he has.
And there he is. He's taking a level 4, but oh, he's taking quite a lot of clicks.
Yeah, he's got a salve. He should be okay.
In the
Mo Farah going so aggressive. This time Mo Farah has remembered to take Mana Shield. I'm not sure it was Mo Farah. Was it Kiwi who didn't take it last time? And what?
Fortification in place.
Or are you saying something?
not really. It's just like I have a feeling that this is gonna be such a hard lane for Kinder to do anything. I mean, like instead of throwing arrows randomly, I think you'd be better off just secret arrowing the big creeps.
Yeah.
In
Guarantee you a little bit of money. Get your items early.
A bit of money, a bit of XP, and well, you won't be sitting around soaking XP
Yes,
in
I
lane.
agree. I agree.
When the Mars is already struggling. In
Mars-
fact, he's struggling so much that he has to go back to base. That's not good.
I mean, there you go. Big arrow landed on Mo Farah, but it's not really going to do a great deal. He's still got 2 tangos.
Yeah.
He's absolutely fine.
Radiant's
But
middle
Royds
tower
is already level
under
5.5. Got the full treads now.
Gonna hold.
Also got a
Both?
stick.
Both safe lanes are doing very well.
Yeah,
Actually.
they are. Mars has gone for double bracer and a soul ring. That is a lot of early game strength. He's got plus 16 strength. Pretty early game build there. He'll need to now buy some boots as well before picking up his next item. Farah has just hit 5, picked up another
lane.
rank. Oh, Roy's taking a lot of damage. He's going to be okay while we're saving him with disruption. Jabatemo's got to be careful. He'll take too many ranks of Shadow Poison. He may go down. That's 3 ranks of it. If the 4th rank probably will kill him. He doesn't go the 4th cast. How much damage is that going to do? He's got 280 health. He'll be fine. 140.
About 80 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad. If he had another rank, though, it might have got him very, very low. Oh, they're going yet again on Slark, and he just dies. Debate mode just landing on his head with the shield crash. 230 magic damage. Royds was not careful enough, and they just burst him down. Oh dear. And that is nice for Jabatemel, who has opted to go for the Orb of Corrosion into Arcane Boots into Diffusal Blade. Diffusal Blade being quite popular now in Pango, it does allow you to easily land the roll. Looks like they might get a kill on the Farah in the bottom. The Farah is very low, does drop the stick. Actually, he's going to be okay. The Mana Shield keeping him safe. Kinder now has to back off. Then Decay
Rotation
turns
from
up.
the storm. And
Yeah, that's what happens when you go too near a tower. Storm goes, thanks for the easy kill. Mo Farah buying a full wand really helped him there. Just that surprise burst of mana, and he couldn't kill him with right clicks. Now he's sending a lot of regen to himself. A salve, he got salve by Decay.
Radiant should really do
He's
something
buying
about
another
that
salve, he
tower.
bought 2 clarities. What else he got in his courier? Also full
Radiant's
treads.
middle tower is under attack. By the gods, the Dire's
Don't
bottom
think you're
tower
killing
doesn't
Slark
even
now
have
though, he
much
has
to
hit level
defend
6.
itself. What a brave tower.
Looking to see which lane is going to have a little bit more action. I don't think any of the mid lanes are going to kill each other. Both Wind Range and Storm very hard to kill. Decay has gone for 3 null talismans on Storm. I know mana cost reduction is pretty good on the hero, but 3 nulls? Well,
I mean, it's mostly just a cost-effective item for laning and early game rotation.
it is. Slark got very low in the top lane. Then he gets disarmed. Royce has to use his ult to escape. Looks like they've got a lot of burst in that top lane. Maybe if they just rolled on him, they might have been able to kill him, but not quite. Bot lane, there's a bit of a rotation. They try and yet again to come around. This time they do bring him down with the help of Nat. Nat went for just 1 null talisman, but he went for a magic wand instead. He also has a bottle. But I guess Decay also went bottle, so he's gone bottle and 3 nulls. That is a lot of items. Oh, all of his creep camps stolen by Nat. That is revealing a ward that he has.
Uh-oh.
Yep, here he goes down. Nice use of the static remnant for the vision.
Top lane. What? Will he be okay?
Nope, 300, no, 230 magic damage coming out from the shield crash, and Royds can't pick up a kill after that. So it looks like they've started to do really well. Bot lane, Mofaro does manage to kill on Kinder. The ultimate was dropped, but they didn't get a kill on Karen. And Mars will survive. The slow from Snake lasts way longer. He just fires a spear, gets the kill on Karen. Will he go down? He's going to lose his courier either way.
Oh, the jukes.
Courier does go down. I mean, it was a courier for his life, so he decided to take his life instead. Interesting. There's so many fights happening. Yeah, Royce has his ultimate now. Can escape. Kinder has rotated. Does have 1 urn charge. Going to try and land an arrow, but I think they might have seen him. Royce is going to go on somewhat. Is Kinder going to fire an arrow? That is the question. He's still thinking about arrowing. Still hasn't used it. Fires an arrow. This is somewhat... They have no leash. Now they have leash. Oh, they do get the kill with the Urn of Shadows. Decay is going to find a very, very easy double kill in the top lane. You do actually have a crazy amount of mana. Now he has a Fairy's Trinket, which is another 5% cost reduction. So this hero will have a lot of mana regen. But I guess my preference on Storm is to maybe get, towards that Orchid or something. But I suppose 25 minutes, he's going to be an absolute monster with the mana cost reduction.
Net worth check, 10 minutes. Storm is sitting at the top, 4,600.
3 kills does definitely help that, but no one has a lot of net worth. I mean, 4k being the second highest means no one had a really, really easy time, which, is good. It means that the game had a lot of fighting in it. Let's have a quick item check. Has anyone bought anything interesting? Whoa, nearly a kill on Slark in the top lane. They actually do get the kill, even though somewhat missed his ultimate. Now they have to try and run away from Nat. Jabatemo's got to be careful. Oh, he gets the bushwhack. Beautiful bushwhack. Jabatemo, though, 1 hit of the power shot and he will go down. He gets shackled by Nat. Is Nat going to drop the focus fire? Yes, he is, but Jabatemo just runs away using the... what is that ability called?
Oh, the Star,
he is going
unfortunately.
To go down. There's no way he lives this. Nat will find the kill. Doesn't actually have his Javelin yet. He doesn't have TP either.
Doesn't have TP, doesn't have mana.
Yeah, goodbye. Kate will find you. Kate is now dominating 10-0. He is still going for the Orchid. Even after 3 nulls in a bottle. That is going to be his first item. If he'll pick up that Void Stone for more mana regen.
I mean, if you can Orchid Slark before the Slark actually sees you coming and can press his Dark Pack, it's just a free kill.
Yeah, Slark needs to get a BKB pretty quickly to counter that. It's hitting Mofaro. Some stats. Going for Echo Saber on Slark. I do like Echo Saber. It's a good early game fighting item on Slark. I think this game I would have replaced it with Diffusal Blade because it's already a good Slark item, but it's doubly good against Medusa, who is going to be the target you need to focus this game. So I would prefer that over the Echo Saber myself. But nevertheless,
they've rotated 4 heroes, 4 Dire Heroes bot. They really wanted to tier 1 tower.
And they don't really have a lot of power damage heroes, but enough heroes smacking a tier 1 can easily bring it down. Tier 1s only have 1800 health and only 12 armor. Compared to tier 2 stats, 16 armor and 2500 HP. So much tankier. A lot of early game items in this game. Soul Ring double bracer on the Mars, for example.
Well, Radiant, they're rotating 3 heroes, they're pressuring the mid tower. Which is quite likely gonna go down. Unless...
They're trying to defend it, but I think it's still a bit too late. Kate just going back and forth. He does get shackled, he gets leashed as well! Beautiful play by Roy. He immediately drops his ultimate. Nice arena. That's going to be a kill on Jabate. There's no way he can escape from that. Karen will be the last casualty. They brought in 5 TPs and a Moonlight Shadow. They dropped everything they needed. I mean, every single ultimate is on cooldown now. Obviously, apart from Cobra, who's only just sort of leveled his ultimate. But now they can take the tier 1 tower, and they get some kills. There's the spear. It won't connect with somewhat. Who is level 8? Barrett also only level 8 though. Turns up. There's the shackle. He's going to go down. Royce gets another kill. He's down on 4 permanent agi. That should be Echo Saber coming to him.
I was gonna say Kinder's gonna hit the arrow, but it turns out there was a creep in his way. And so the creep instantly died.
Yeah, easy last hit. He's got 5 Urn of Shadow Chargers now. Start being quite aggressive with those. Bateman walking around with 20 stick chargers, always nice to have.
I really need to get this mid tower, else like Radiant have more entry points towards their jungle and their triangle.
Yes,
they need to even up the map.
It's nice that they managed to take a tier 1 on the Radiant. They did lose a lot of heroes for it, but they still have taken the tower, whereas Dire haven't. So they've got that extra bit of control. There is Glyph on the Dire, but not on the Radiant. Just have a look at the hero levels, see if anything pops out. Not really. That is the highest level at the moment, rank 2 of his ultimate. Does have the full Maelstrom. Right, is he building it now? I would expect, knowing Nat, maybe travels. Either that or he'll go straight for the BKB, but I would expect him to go travels, I think. Quite nice to have movement speed on Wind Ranger anyway. So you're definitely going at haste move speed on your Wind Run, and when your Wind Run runs out, you're still running fast.
Once again, 3 heroes top lane.
Yeah, they do rotate well to try and take these towers. Radiant going to claim yet another tower. Even took the pos 1 here. They go really hard onto Wobber, and there's the Kate as well. No chance. We talked about, whoa, Decay charges after that curry. He has so much mana. He's even gone for a Kaya. Gives you more mana regen. He didn't go for the Orchid after it. He's going for Sandra Kaya first. Mars doing a bit of damage to Kaya and realizes you can't kill an Ogre Magi that easily. Shackle onto Jabate Mail, but he is quite a durable hero. Thinks about rolling. Decides against it.
Bushwhacker will miss, and
yeah,
they are chasing.
Sharpshooter not going to land, but Roids doesn't really have a way to catch up. He's going for Diffusal Blade as well as Echo Saber, which is interesting. I don't know what he'll go after that, BKB or Shadow Blade, something like that, but I really would like him to consider going for Aghanims this game, because Leash is so good against the enemy team, and having 2 of them means if you do get the Storm, you can just use it again, or on the Pangolier, and then you have plenty of time to get him down. I just really like the Slarkags, especially against heroes who struggle against leashes. And Storm Spirit has yet again changed his mind. Now it's Kaya into Orchid. So when Orchid...
Well, he's telling no. That's the real question.
No, he'll do everything he can. The ultimate goes on to Royce, but Royce just ults and TP. Shadow Dance going to keep him safe. Roy's pretty close to Diffusal Blade. Diffusal Blade Echo Saber gives him 2 early game fighting items. He probably should look to fight. Whereas Medusa, just going for the very typical build. Dragon Lance into Manta, and then we'll have to see whether they go for the Ags build we talked about, or whether Medusa will go the very boring Skadi build. The Skadi is pretty good. Decay goes in, he gets shackled, but not to a tree. He just has so much mana, he can just jump around and still holding 200.
Oh yeah, but then he wastes his like mana pool. He won't be in commission for the next 1 minute,
well,
1.5 minutes or so.
He's got a clarity. He's going to pop that. It's magnified by the Kaya by 50%.
But then again, I don't really like wasting too much mana on stun because you never know when you're going to use it.
Yeah, you got to be careful, otherwise you're sitting dark. Top lane, there's a bit of a gank attempt. Jabate Mel, and get the disarm.
No
Disarm into TP. Diffusal Blade, why doesn't he just TP out? He doesn't TP out. He's still alive? Stick? No, he will go down.
They did find
Decay. See, Decay has no mana to kill Nat, and Nat has a regen rune in the bottle as well. Yes, they did find a kill onto Mo Farah. They had to drop the arena, but I think it was worth it. A couple of rotations, Nat using the regen rune, and Decay with basically no mana. But he will be fine.
If he hadn't done the crazy zip,
that's running in. He sees somewhat. He doesn't shackle into a tree. Doesn't hit the power shot either, so somewhat will escape. Very nice. Looks like somewhat went for the Ether Lens, got that quite early. Now going for Aghanims. Aghanims does a lot of burst damage, so don't blame him. Also makes him take more incoming damage and lowers their status resistance. You can do an even longer bushwhack stun. And a massive, massive burst from the ultimate. Void's just happy to farm, getting his diffusal blade sent to him. There it is. Now he's a hero primed for killing. Probably could have gone for a kill on Debate Mail, but he's being safe. A little bit of farming now. Gold is really, really similar at the moment. They're going in on 10 in mid lane. They follow. Oh, they don't hit the stun.
The bushwhack.
He has a haste rune.
He just walks away.
He had a haste rune, that's why. He's going to
But
They drop the arena, immediately
going.
throw the stun out. Do they get the leash?
The
Storm? They
leash,
don't, it doesn't matter, they do get him killed. Dropping the Moonlight Shadow, but that is a buyback from Storm Spirit. He's going to look to clean up. Oh, Wobber, he's saving them just for a little bit, but Nat's still going to take a lot of damage here. He will go down to Kate looking for another kill. He is going to assassinate Wobber, no chance of him surviving. Trying to jump away on Kindy. He does have one more leaf. He's still got 4 charges of Ignite. He gets hit by the Ignite. Now he's going to go down. So 4 charges of Vessel and Ted. He will be the final casualty. Triple kill for Decay, but he did have to buy back because he was instantly burst. But I suppose that's what happens when you fight under the tier 1 tower, which is still standing. Of course, it was giving them a bit of armor during the fight. So Radiant are the victors. 2 deaths for 4, but there was a buyback in there. But they still won the fight.
Then again, Royce is just chilling. He's
fine. No way he goes down here. Not a chance.
He just runs in last fight, gets a kill, gets another kill on the Hoodwink, and then just walks away. Goes back to farm.
Yeah, he got an Agi and he didn't die, so it's good for him. Did you know Mystic Snake reduces their turn rate?
Yeah, it does.
I didn't know that. 50% increase in turn rate. Nasty. But Farah's going for a very standard Skadi build, but Skadi is good against Slark. A couple of hits on him, and at least for the duration of Skadi, it will stop him healing in his ultimate quite so much. Roids is on the run here. Oh, very long acorn shot. Actually crazy the range you can create a tree. Oh, Bushwhack's cast range is insane as well. I didn't realize it was so long. Acorn shot actually has a slightly smaller range. Yeah, what was in a bit of trouble here, or maybe not. Out comes an arrow.
The arrow.
Stuns Mofara for 5 seconds. Alright, it's going to be fine. They spear him, they drop the arena as well. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Do they have the burst? Yeah, Royce is here. There's the diffuser blade. Ultimate does get used by Mofara, so Mofara might be okay. Nat found the kill onto the Storm Spirit, and that was a dieback. That is the main kill, dead for 70 seconds. Kinder, can he get the arrow off? Not at the moment. Royce has to back off. Will be a kill onto Karen. Will they be able to chase Mofara? Yes, they will. They shackle him to a tree. That will be a kill. Jebate he has the ability to leap away. He is being very conservative with it. He actually gets speared into the tower after using it. Now he goes down. Nat getting the triple kill. Now that is a very, very clean fight by the Dire. 5 kills, no deaths. And there's a dieback on the Storm Spirit.
Both team-wide dieback on Storm, and most importantly, mid-tier 1 tower.
Finally. Another going Roche as well.
And Roche, actually.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, Nat is level 17 and Royd is level 16. They are the highest levels in the game. Royd is going for the BKB. He's playing it nice and safe. And Nat already has his BKB. He didn't go for travels. I mean, we've got any other items coming their way? Yep, Royd has the full BKB. Or no, not quite. He's missing the recipe, 1,000 gold, but he's close. Nat picking up the Aegis makes sense. He's holding 2,000 gold. Maybe he'll still go travels. Nat is a fan of Blink Dagger as well.
Goes for the Blink instead.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Pretty standard for Nat. He really likes getting Blink Dagger. And I think it makes sense because you can blink into the perfect place for a Shackle. Shackle already lasts such a long time, 3.8 seconds. So blinking in for the perfect stun is what you need against the Storm Spirit anyway. But the Storm Spirit did go for the Kaya Sand. He went for the defensive option. So Dire wandering up and down. Not doing a lot at the moment, not trying to do anything super aggressive with the Aegis. Because Slark has TP'd away. I think they're still going to try for the tier 1.
They should. Bushra comes out and
Backward doesn't quite land. He's still ulting somewhat. Someone gets completely destroyed. Wind Ranger is level 18. So rank 3 focus fire, 500 attack speed. Only 30-second cooldown as well.
And maybe a kill mid. Nope. He gets the Shadow Dance off and
Well, he doesn't have
he
the
gets
Aegis.
stunned.
Yeah,
And he's
that's a really good
dead.
kill. But should put the Aegis on the Slark. Even with the Shadow Dance, it wasn't enough to keep him alive. He just got the BKB. If he had it earlier, he would have been fine. So they found the perfect time to kill the Slark. BKB also being built on the Storm Spirit. Very clever idea. Mofara is still showing that he wants to buy Skadi. Not too far away from it.
What a brave tower.
I'm just personally never a fan of Dragon Lance Manta Skadi in that order. I feel like
Shadows.
even when you have all of those items, you'll be on, 14k net worth, but you still won't do a lot of damage. Not compared to if you instead picked up an early Chrysalis or you went for Aghanims for the utility. It just feels like quite a low utility build. Nice Shackle, Blink Shackle, instant kill, use of Focus Fire. DK has to escape. It looks like Karen has been found. Wobble gets the disruption. And she is going to go down or not. They actually dropped the arena. They can take out Karen a lot slower. Ultimate drop by Mofara. Karen is fine. Looks like they're going to find a kill on Ted instead. They're trying. Yeah, there will be the kill. Someone gets it. But nice double shackle. Do they have the means to kill the Storm though? He still has quite a bit of mana. Nat blinks after it. BKB is dropped. To Kate. No, there's a little bit of vision by Nat. Does manage to get the kill. Mofara. There's the ultimate. Second focus fire of the team fight. Royds has turned up. Immediately dispels the Bushwhack stun. Does get the kill on the permanent Agi.
Go on, get out of here.
You steal the Agi from the enemy, don't you? So that they lose the
yes,
Agi.
you do.
You've taken one Agi away from the POS one as well. And that goes in, gets another shackle.
Another shackle.
And that is another one Agi for Royds. Another kill.
This did not just
Starting to look really nice for the Dire.
It's what the ancestors give me.
Got a kill on Ted, but Ted didn't mind throwing himself into the front of the fight. And the nulls are about to double. So the triple null is about to have its effect. There it is. More mana reduction.
From 3 nulls to 6 nulls. You love to see it.
Yeah. 2 braces as well on the Mars. Do we have anyone else benefiting from this? You've got one Wraith Band on Mofara. You've got... That's it, actually. Only other person with one. So... Not everybody takes the full advantage of the doubling. It's a very interesting change, though. I suppose it means that you have another option to play aggressive in Dota, because you can build loads of early game items and they stay a little bit more relevant. It was an interesting change.
I remember when the patch first dropped, people were like, "Oh look, Bracer's actually viable on support stuff because you can buy it and then 25 minutes of double." But looking at it now, I don't see any support.
No, they're going to go onto Mofara. They drop the arena, but they don't get the stun. Mofara is going to be okay, drops the ultimate as well. Nat is still focus firing onto Mofara.
Roy, he's just on the back lane.
Yeah,
just
Roy's
flicking away.
He couldn't manage to get the kill though. I really think he should get the Aghanims because he could use them for longer, but he's going to go for Basher instead. He spells the stun from Karen, but then Karen's stun still goes off because it was a multicast. And Nat, he might have gone a little bit too far forward, but he does have Aegis. Yeah, 30 seconds. Still going for Mofara. Nat does not care. Finally goes down, but he's going to come straight back alive.
They are so deep right now.
They are really deep. The Cake can just go back to base, get mana, and then come out again, so it's not looking good. Royds is on 100 HP, does manage to get away. Out comes the Storm. There's one. Oh, he does not manage to find Royds. He actually TP's back home. Just have a look at the fight recap. It's still a good fight for the Dire. Radiant are reporting no gold for the kill on that. I mean, sorry, no XP. I guess because the only kill, it's not showing the kill on Wobble for whatever reason. With Decay, he's back again. Level 22 Wind Ranger. Is he able to kill the Mars?
Decay
yes, he is just about.
He doesn't have a TP either.
I'm not sure that was a good play. He did pick up a bit of gold.
I don't think that was worth.
754 gold, but he goes down. And now they're taking a tier 2 tower. Royds with the 10 bonus Agi. He is going for Basher as his lockdown item of choice. Which is a good Slark item, to be fair. Anything that lets Slark sort of stay on the target for as long as possible. Right, Mofara, he's nearly got the Skadi, but I'm worried that it's just too slow. This is the problem with Medusa. You pick up the Skadi, and then what? You're still weaker than the enemy team. You're not doing enough damage that they need to make you a priority. And you're still not super tanky, so it's kind of the worst of all worlds. That's why I really dislike this build. But maybe that's just my personal vendetta.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like Dusa, because you already have like an inbuilt farming ability, so it's like the Dragonlance just provides extra like stats, and then you just hit things from like further away, which actually amps your farm quite a lot because you don't have to take that long to move from camp to camp.
Oh yeah,
And then-
I like it. I like the first two items, Dragonlance Manta. I just really dislike Skadi being the third. I feel like you need to do
Well-
something more aggressive.
Radiant do not have a vessel, so I honestly don't think they have a way to deal with Slark if the Dusa doesn't go Skadi. And Skadi also makes you quite tanky, which means in most cases you would win the long drawn out fight. But against Slark, obviously this is not the case.
I think I'd be going MKB instead because it's actually Wind Ranger running around murdering everybody, and going a bit extra damage is never a bad thing. That's just my take anyway. Mafara does lose his courier. I don't think did he have anything on it? No, he didn't, but he will have to now go to the shop himself to pick up the rest of the Skadi. Which is okay, he's near a side shop, a secret shop, he can go for it. Royds has that bash now, and 1500 gold, and that is also at level 22. There's some very strong heroes here. And that talent is amazing for Wind Ranger, minus 16% focus fire damage reduction, or you can get nearly a whole second more stun on Shackle Shot. Just crazy talents on Wind Ranger.
I'm a bit sad to remove the undispellable wind run and they put it on the Axe now.
Well, they needed to do something for the Agnums because the Agnums was pretty rubbish. I mean, it's so bad still. It used to give uncapped movement speed, then they decided that was too broken. It still had 2 charges though, which was nice. Now I don't think you even get 2 charges.
Exactly. Like, Wind now has to choose between like using her wind run to initiate or like disengage, and like right now it's just mostly just you use it to run away. You never use it to run in, unless
Yeah,
if you have a team behind you.
I feel like Agonums, the blind effect makes no sense. If you're really desperate for undispellable wind run, okay maybe, but I think they should give the second charge back again.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just not a good item. Or maybe say Wind Ranger is now immune to slows or something. It's just got to have something else going for it. It has nothing at the moment.
Immune to slows would be a bit too much, I'd reckon.
For an Agonums though, I don't know. If it still only has 1 charge, they have to do something anyway.
They're smoking, they see the Dusa,
Yep.
the Shackle
going
comes
on
out, and how fast can we burn through the
Nah,
mana
actually,
without Slark?
He's not
That's the
attacking
real question.
Mafara. He did use the Gleipnir. Decided to go for early Gleipnir. They dropped the
Slark
arena.
is
Jabate
on
he dodges it.
backwards.
Very nice use of the shard.
Slark is on the back lines and
Yeah, Jabate
he's out. He doesn't have DKD.
is just dying. Nice kill onto Wobber. Found by JK. He drops the BKB. He's trying to escape now. Very hard to follow what's going on this fight.
They found the kill on the Slark.
No, they haven't. He's actually fine. Oh, he does go down. Really, really close. So the Radiant actually have won this fight. It doesn't look like it, but Nat does manage to pick up the kill just using the Gleipnir. A nice Manta dodge of the Shackle. Not sure it was going to leech a Shackle anyway, but surprised that went so badly for the Dire. They were very split up. Jabate basically held off the entire enemy team while they killed Royd, so really good play by him.
Royds wanted to get a quick pick on like Karen, but you didn't check her items. She had a 4-staff. Best counter against Leash.
Oh, yes, it is. I forgot that. Leash became so much better in Dota. It disabled all movement abilities, but then they allowed 4-staff to break it instead, so they swapped it around. But yeah, 4-staff is very good. That's a lot of damage, but Storm Spirit is going to be okay. The Spear, nope, he uses enough zips to get away with Mofara. Pretty strong now, gets a kill. The Skadi effect, it's slowing the Mars. Yeah, the Mars will go down as well. Wow, Mofara gets another couple of kills. What's happening in the backline here? Nat did find a kill onto Kate. Really nice. Uses the Gleipnir, but doesn't actually find the real Mofara. Going to go down. I did not expect this game to go quite as it did. Dire were so far ahead.
Back and forth.
Well, Dire started to win. It looked like the graph was going further and further in their favor. Then a nice couple of kills from the Radiant. They turned it into a full wipe. They're taking a tier 2 tower finally, which means they can claim control of the outposts. And Mofara now has the opportunity to buy a bit more damage. He is actually going for a butterfly, which gives a bit of damage, but it's a lot of survivability. The second roach happens to be up. Perfect timing. Now,
Ooh, now this is the scary timing. Dusa with Manta Skadi and Aegis.
And a free shard, potentially.
Exactly. That's what you love to see. They
Yeah.
did drop Moonlight. They really want to contest this. they're not gonna give it up for free now. But can they make it in
Without
time? I
Nat,
don't
though,
think so.
without Nat makes it very hard. Do you want to fight 4 versus 5? I'm not sure you
They
do.
still run out, and Mo Farah, he's a bit hesitant. Now he goes in.
Yeah, somewhat has found Robert. Debatemo's dropping his ultimate anyway. Actually, Mo Farah drops his ult too. The Roshan is stolen, the kill is stolen, but Mo Farah still has the Aegis. Even if you kill Mo Farah once, he's going to come back to life. They get the stun on the slot through his BKB with the Stone Gaze. Kate's already found 1 kill. Looks like Mar's going to be the 2nd kill. This Gambit did not pay off whatsoever. Just getting the Roche kill, is that worth a couple of deaths? Absolutely not. And Nat didn't buy back for it. I thought he maybe was going to buy back if his team were going to commit. He get the kill on Slark as well.
This is not looking good now.
No, that wasn't what you wanted to happen, really. And Nat, now he's alive, but Cold Lead is closed even more. Back on top of the net worth is Mo Farah. He picked up the shard, so he's got that ready to go. A bit of extra mana. He went for Stone Gaze Duration as a talent. So his ultimate lasts, I think, so long that the Slark didn't expect it. He thought, it must be over now. It was still going. He stunned himself in his BKB in Shadow Dance. So he lost a massive amount of defensive time.
Can they delay? That's the real question.
Well, Mo Farah also has this fire shield on from Karen. I think it's 85% damage reduction for 3 hits. So Mo Farah's even tankier. And he has the Aegis for nearly 4 minutes. They've dropped the glyph, but the next wave is coming in. Mo Farah might not have any mana, but he doesn't care. He's just going to hit the tower.
The roll comes in again.
Oh, the
Arrow
ball's on fire.
onto Karen.
Debatemo's just going back and forth. And that actually ults Debatemo. Debatemo just rolls away. I'm surprised that they don't just force this. I probably would if I was the Radiant. Oh, Nat blinks out for the shackle. Oh, he tries to block it with the illusion. Doesn't quite get it. Karen is still stunned. Probably mashing her 4-star button like no tomorrow. Does manage to escape.
The Dire, they were a bit reluctant to commit because they didn't have vision, and Radiant, they have a pretty good observer in the Dire base, scouting their movements.
Oh yeah, it's a nice little cheeky spot to put there. I like it. Did anyone buy Boots of Travel in the end? Yes, Nat does. He's the only travels in the entire game at the moment. He's going for Aghanims.
Stupendous over here. Zap.
What do you think the Dire should be doing now? They were so dominant. Now they're really struggling, but they still have a pretty good gank lineup. Should they just be trying to find kills, or are they going to wait for the Aegis to drop in 2 minutes' time?
Well, the thing is, like, it's quite hard to play around, like, pickoffs if you don't really have vision of, like, anyone. And if you look at the map from the Dire's perspective, it's so closed off to them. They have, like, the top part of, like, this map as, like, the safe area, and then, like, there's nothing much.
They can't see any of the Radiant's map at all. That's a very good point. And how can you gank if you can't see anything? Makes sense. So they're just going to farm, I suppose. But there's now a level 25 on the Wind Ranger, so that still managed to remain dominant on the XP at least. I do like that he went Gleipnir. Now he's thinking about MKB. I think he's seen the butterfly on Medusa.
Yeah.
Of course, that makes Mo Farah very tanky at the moment, especially against Slark and Wind Ranger. Neither of them have MKB. Slark's decided, well, I'll just go for my own butterfly instead.
There you go.
Mo Farah is building MKB though, whereas Slark isn't. So Mo Farah's still going to have the advantage here. He's got the double damage rune used. Double catapult as well. He's really going to do damage to that tower.
The fire spear, they play the creeps.
It doesn't do a lot of damage though. It's more.
But then again, you're just... Oh, the stun comes out with the real one. Well, they find out. Yos comes out.
Where did yours come from?
Here's the roll. Here's rooted.
They spear him into the tower, but this is an Aegis Medusa. They drop the arena as well, but if you burst Medusa, just going to come back to life. The Farah drops the ultimate anyway, despite being on very, very low HP. Is it enough to stun the Slark?
Oh no!
Slark is not facing it. They kill the Slark in his ultimate. No, they don't. He gets it off. The gate's very low, trying to zip away. The very back and forth fight at the moment. They get the stun to Mo Farah. Mo Farah still has the Aegis. 35 seconds, it'll come back.
30 seconds.
No one has died yet. There's going to be the first death. Nat does manage to get a kill onto Karen.
They lose Aegis as well.
The Focus Fire advances kills talent, but still not got Focus Fire yet.
Storm is
wait.
playing on 300, 500
I mean,
health, and
but
Void, he misses the pounce, and
Look how much damage he's taken from the illusion alone is forcing him out. He's doing so much damage. Kinder Surprise will manage to leap away, but even with only 1 kill and 1 Aegis drop, it doesn't matter. The Radiant are still able to take the rack. That's what matters. But Mefari's out of position now. A little bit of time to react. He dodges the stun. Kinder doesn't manage to land it, but he doesn't have mana shield up. Now he does. He's taking a lot of damage. And it looks like he is going to go down. They have a lot of burst damage. Kate gets a kill. Immediately Glacier, really good reaction. Still zips
he
away.
missed the pounce.
TP's
They
away.
missed the pounce. He TP's out, and
Yeah, he will be fine. He's in the base. It looks like somewhere. He's just going to scurry through the trees. Very hard hero to chase. Nat is going to try. Out comes the TP. They almost tickle him with the Shadow Poison, but they don't quite find it. So a really good play from the Radiant. They did lose the Medusa, which is a shame, but they have taken the lane of Rack. So I'd say you can still call worth on that.
I'm just looking at a graph, and the gold swing seems to be pretty massive
Yeah, it's
for some
insane.
reason.
Well, the
They
Radiant
did
now
lose
are-
Rax on Dire, but they somehow ended up still on top.
Yeah, they did. Kills maybe worth a lot of gold. Not sure.
Was probably the Dusa kill.
What was D-Ward gave him? 254 gold. Even 40 minutes into the game, D-Wards are worth so much money. They
Yeah.
really have been generous to supports in these patches. Slark is desperate to try and hit level 25. Some very good talents there, especially the super long Essence Shift duration talents. So you can steal some stacks and keep them for, well, basically forever. It's like Storm has managed to find himself a Spell Prism. Also gone Lincoln's. So Kaya and Sanj, Black King Bar, and Lincoln Sphere. He has gone for a very, very tanky Storm Spirit build. Nearly level 25 as well. Needs about 1 more creep. You still go Auto Remnant. You go for Overload Attack Bounce. That can be quite good too. Jabatemore, he's dusted Wobber. He's seen Wobber. Oh, the Spear not going to be
It will
dropped
drop
in
out,
time.
but-
Yeah, Jabatemore just drops the Shard. Not sure what the Shard is called, like Defense Curl or something. A roll up. Defense Curl will be a bit Pokemon-esque. Anyway, no ultimate on the Mars. Does have a 90-second cooldown. Okay, just TPing back. Wants to be with his team. MKB on
Very,
Wind Ranger there.
very close game.
There's high damage. And Shackle, look at the damage now it's doing with the BKB. Really high hits. There's the stun as well to Mefara. Do they have the burst to kill Mefara?
They
Yes,
are
they
chain
do.
stunning him. He is just
Easily
dead.
bring him down. Chain stun into chain stun. Can't escape. Roids actually goes forward. Manages to find a kill onto Karen. Really nice play by Roids. And still going. Nat drops the Gleipnir. But he's not going to have enough damage. Very good play by Dire. They go so aggressive and get another great kill on Mofara. Yeah, brilliant chain stuns. He doesn't have any status resistance, and Butterfly doesn't do a lot against Nat's MKB.
All that damage, and
Oh,
well,
Roy's
he
looking for a
doesn't-
kill. Oh, and misses the pounce. Batemel has good reactions. He didn't use Diffusal Blade. He's just running in. Diffusal Blade into Diffusal Blade. Out comes the arrow. It's just going to miss.
Do keep in mind, that kill onto the Dusa was without the slot hitting him. It was all that.
Yeah, it was. And well, he got a lot of MKB uptime. I mean, this is a hero who has 14% less damage dealt, but 500 attack speed. I think you can say it's worth it. Decay just wipes out
He
two
is
creep
cutting the way
waves.
for Wop.
Wow, he's still going. Yeah, Wobber's found him, but Wobber can't kill him. But regardless, somewhat will find a kill onto Roids. I don't entirely know how that happened. They lost their tower, but I think the push is over now. Throwing out a few ignites. But Nat will blink. Creeps in the base, double catapult as well, 4 ranged creeps. They are going to lose that building. A building down. Effigy gone.
Unfortunate. A pillar of support.
Yeah, it's just something
Just
to tank the
that-
wave, isn't it? Anyway,
I quite liked the effigy system that they
I
had.
liked it. Yeah, you can still use it. Just most people forget it's actually part of the game. Used to be part of
Good.
compendiums, wasn't it? Like different
Yeah.
colors and things like that. Oh, Witchbane. Witchbane is a very, very nice item to have when fighting against Medusa, because Medusa has such a high mana pool, which only gets higher and higher because the int gain on Medusa is massive. So you do quite a lot of damage per hit if you have it.
No luck. They're taking the rush. This is a refresher shot. 4. I want to see the tangle, but
Not bad on Medusa, but Medusa doesn't have item slots, that's the problem. On the Radiant, there's no one who really gets a lot of benefit out of the shard, to be honest. Out comes the arrow, they dodge it. And Dire in no position to stop them taking it. So Mofara will get the Aegis, just backpack the treads. She's also very good for Mofara. Really good Medusa item. Who has the shard? Yeah, it is on Debate Mel. I guess you can roll into roll. It's not too bad. Maybe I'd give it to Karen, because if you get a good stun off, you can refresh her and do another stun. It might actually be better, I don't know. No major uses for that anyway. They would have loved the Aghanims instead. Shard is
I think
amazing.
double
If you
roll
have,
can
like,
be pretty solid.
if you've got,
Considering Tank was not 25 yet. He will be quite soon though.
yeah, but I mean, roll already lasts, what, 10 seconds? So, I suppose 20 seconds of roll is a lot. Last set of effigies were released in
Absolute mayhem.
2016 was the last set of effigies. Wow, that's 6 years ago. It's a long,
We need
long
more.
time ago. We do.
Bring them back.
It's very back and forth this game now. It was Dire dominant, then it was clearly on the Radiant side, and then it went back to Dire, and now it's back to Radiant. Though Dire still have a 3k gold lead miraculously. Nat actually is the richest person in the game. Not only has he picked up a Monkey King bar, but also going for Daedalus, so he's trying to build some damage. He's got Witchbane, which is an amazing item for a Wind Ranger. He is going to destroy the Medusa if he gets his hands on. How much damage is 4% of max mana? On a hero like Medusa, where 4% is probably quite a lot. That's like 80 damage, more than 80 damage per hit. Quite a lot. I think with Farah going Skadi makes sense. Sorry, Satanic. Now he can apply Skadi to everyone he hits with the split shot. Very powerful talent. Another double damage on Mofara, but not a lot of time to use it. For some reason, they're going for the last tier 3 tower. I suppose they're trying to maximize use of the Aegis.
Aghanims on Storm's gonna be huge though, if they don't see it coming.
Yes, that's true. Oh, they found. Storm gets the Aghanims off. They've already lost Debate Mel. Very, very quick death. Storm will be okay. Ultimate drop by Mars. A lot of damage. That's going to kill Karen. They get a shackle as well onto Mofara. Mofara stunned for quite a long
They have
time.
a refresher on the
Pressure has been
Mars.
popped, but this is really good for the Dire. Refresher used. Interesting, he went a proper refresher orb, and then they just get the ultimate off on Mofara that will bring him down. Those 2 arenas used, but it's now 5 versus 3. Out comes the arrow.
The arrow.
5 seconds
Perfect
stun.
timing.
That still has his
the
ultimate up,
spear.
and look how much damage he does. It does not need the Slark whatsoever. Slark is just chasing somewhat. Isn't actually able to find him.
Oh,
Oh, he does hit him with the bash.
the first hit bash,
And
and
they
oh,
Atos the
will have
wrong
vision.
thing.
Oh,
Oh, he gets
just
out.
gets
How
out.
does he get out of that? They Atos a creep. They miss the arrow. Amazing
the
escape.
spear.
But still, that is a really, really solid team fight for the Dire. They took down Medusa twice. Refresher orb on Mars. I've never thought about that. But I suppose
it's a very, very strong
I mean,
item
it makes
because
sense.
Mars likes to play with Arena most of the time, so why not have 2, right?
I mean, if you trap Medusa in it, Medusa can't hit anybody outside of the arena. And once the BKBs have been dropped, you just drop another arena, you have a guaranteed spear stun. And the spear already stuns for 3.6 seconds. It's an amazingly strong stun. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I've just never thought about buying buying Refresher this early on the Mars, but it also allows double BKB every fight. The 12-second
double
BKB.
double ult.
Yeah, really good.
The ult works as like a pseudo duel where you just trap one
Trap
one
Medusa
guy.
is fine.
isolate him from
If
his
you
entire
trap in the
team and kill
Medusa,
him.
yeah, Nat can attack Medusa from the outside, but Medusa can't fire back, and even BKB doesn't let you attack through the arena. So it's exactly what we talked about in the draft. Ours is very good against Medusa. Beat Wave is going to go down. He did go for overload attack bounce actually, not for auto remnant. This is automatic. That took a lot of damage from Debate Mel. Wow. I suppose
Where
that's
did
the
all that
power
damage
of Witchbane as well.
I guess. So, wow.
Yeah, Witchbane with the 2k mana hero. It's quite a lot of damage per hit. About 75 damage per strike. And you're doing how many strikes? 6 strikes or something? 4 strikes. So it's a good bit of burst. I think Witchbane is physical damage though. Doesn't actually say. They said they would make damage numbers coloured, but then they decided to just forget about Witchbane. So we just have to guess what the damage type is. Well, Nat with the Daedalus now. And 5,000 gold. I think he had it for the last fight, but he does a lot of damage. I wonder if he'll go for a Blink upgrade now. Or think about the shard. It's really good on Ranger. Maybe a Blink upgrade would be good. I don't know what Blink upgrade you go now on Wind Ranger, because there's no point really going the Agi Blink. Because you don't need the move speed, you don't get any attack damage. Maybe you go for the Arcane Blink for lower cooldown of or longer duration Shackle.
I think it's a Strength Blink because it just provides large AoE slow. I think the AoE slow from the Strength Blink is about as big as a Shiva's.
Yeah, it's massive and it's
Every
instant.
coin helps.
It also cancels other blinks because it does damage, which is a very nice thing.
Yeah, it is. I've actually started building Overwhelming Blink early on some +3s, and I've really enjoyed it. Because if you're really dominating and you have the money to
The
buy
arrow
it,
comes out.
it's crazy. Oh, they actually did get
But
the
they are
Storm Spirit. He's
not.
got a Lincoln Sphere.
They're not gonna commit.
What that means, though, if Decate finds a really good Vortex and goes, oh, I'm happy with this Vortex, he can just do another one. And Vortex lasts
Exactly.
3 seconds. That's a 6-second stun, AoE stun.
It's a pseudo black hole.
And, of course, the Overload is bouncing as well. When the Overload bounces, does it bounce your auto-attack damage as well? Does it only bounce the Overload's 100 damage?
I think it bounces. Well, it says attack bounce, so I'm assuming it's with the attack.
With your auto-attack? So
Yeah.
you have like a little split shot attack.
Yeah.
Consider the shard then, because then you get 3 overload charges, a bit of bonus attack speed as well. It provides it to allies. I think it's a really good shard. You don't see it as often as I think you should. I mean, who wouldn't want 40 attack speed and also providing with 100 damage per attack? That's 300 damage. Yeah, over 3 hits. As well as they all slow. Royce has found Karen. I think Karen's in a bit of trouble here. Already used the force. That's really a
Shackle
very
and-
quick kill.
It's over.
But Karen was quite far out of position, so going to be an easy pick off there, but not a big deal. You can buy back if need be. It needs to be careful, but he does have a Lincoln's in a BKB. He is quite hard to kill, over 3,500 HP. He's still got a Lincoln's though, and that would shackle the Lincolns. All of the Radiant team decided we need to get out of here. Very long TP out by someone, but he still manages to get away with it. The thing in the base is, you can TP to any building, but if you TP to the same one, then you get the very long TP, so we should have just picked another tower or something. There's so many towers to choose from.
I noticed it doesn't apply to the fountain, which makes sense.
Yeah, oh, that would be good. Imagine everyone trying to TP back to base and someone stuck with a 9-second TP or something. That would be horrible. Okay, it's out again. How far can he go on his manifold? He drops the BKB. Is he going to drop Refresher? Oh, this would have been a good time for Refresher. Yes, he does the Refresher perfectly timed.
Oh
Absolutely
my,
beautiful. Royce drops the
that's a
BKB
lot
there.
of damage.
BKB and his ultimate. So he's going to be okay. Here comes arena number 1. Is he going to go for the double arena? Oh no, there's no mana shield used. Yeah, it is. It's mana shield up now. But Mo Farah, he is taking a lot of damage. Abatement is going to go down the double arena, just keeping Mo Farah in place. Does Mo Farah get time to use the ultimate? He did actually use it, but he just goes down. So Dire, they didn't care. They might have lost Nab, and that immediately buys back, comes into the fight. Roy's going to get another kill here. Karen going down yet again. They're chasing somewhat. There's the Gleipnir. Gleipnir is so powerful because you can target it on the floor. You don't even have to have vision for it to land. So it's just an amazing ability. And that with Boots of Travel too, before upgrading the Blinks. That is a 2-second TP channel with a 30-second cooldown. Decate, he's trying to cut the wave. And that's still going to get one of the racks. Doesn't get disarmed there. Only 1 melee rack, so it's all Dire have managed to take so far. They did get 2 buybacks though, and now they're 18,000 gold ahead. Shame they couldn't kill Roy's with the double Vortex. I really thought they had enough damage. He
Yeah, well,
lives.
it's a massive 6k gold ahead of Karen at the moment.
Yeah, that's quite a big difference. It seems like the support gold is the big difference. I mean, Mirana has double the gold of the Ogre. Literally double. Heaven's Halberd, Atos, Yules, building a Gleipnir of his own. Maybe level 25 as well. Karen's also only level 19. And here comes the 4th Roche of the game already. You know what 4th Roche is?
It's an action.
They've pretty much been taking it in turns for Roche, but this is the one you want. You
Yeah.
can have Refresher on Mars, so we can do triple arena. And Roy is going to pick up the Agnums for himself. I really, really wanted Royd to have an Agnums early, and now at least he gets one for free. So that's going to be really good. 2 pounce charges. Also 1200 distance, and I think they recharge quicker, but I'm not actually sure. Maybe it's the same duration. But anyway.
Restore time 10 seconds. I think it's the same. For Slark at least.
500 cast range though, and you cover the distance over the same time. So you actually pounce a lot quicker. As well as if you land on something like the Storm, you can just back-to-back pounce him for over 7 seconds of pounce.
Well, I mean, the classic carry mindset's like, why buy something when I can get it from Roche for free, you know?
True. His net worth does go to #1 as well. And Nat has actually, his backpack is Blink Dagger because he is the one with the Aegis. They didn't put the Aegis on Slark.
I would like to see Roids buy the shard though.
He can buy a full Scardy now. Got 7,000 gold. I agree, I would like to see him buy Shard. Because he can save his allies with Shard as well. Like if Nat gets caught out in the arena, just drop the Shard on top. 5-man smoke from the Radiant. Roids is just sitting here, Aegis, not deciding what to go, then decides to go for a Scythe of Vice. This is an interesting Slark item, Scythe and Abyssal Blade. Whereas the Radiant, looks like they found someone. Oh no, he's going to be fine. Ted drops the ultimate. That's ultimate #1, but he's got ultimate 2 and 3. Nat's going for a kill on Karen, but actually gets stunned. There's the second arena drop, but Mofara is absolutely fine. Drops the BKB of his own. He can finally walk out of the arena, going on to Nat, but Nat manages to escape. Does have Invis wind run. He's level 30. Royd's in the back and doesn't manage to find a kill. This is a very messy fight, but they have the stun onto Mofara. They've still got the refresher shard. Massive black hole. That is the vortex of a lifetime. Gets 3 kills. Buyback from Mars, but he doesn't have travel, so he can't TP straight back in. The Aegis has dropped, and Nat is just escaping. Royds, you need to be careful, my friend. You might have used Disciple. What are you doing? You are going to go down. Massive misplay from Royds. Buybacks from Die. They really want to commit to this. Another arena is dropped. We do manage to get a kill onto Karen. Looks like Jabateman in a bit of trouble, but he just uses the rollout and rolls a little bit around. Here comes Decay, goes in, another massive vortex. Does he have the BKB? No, he does not. Wobbler still manages to survive.
Comes out.
He's very low. Jabateman still carrying dust. Really good play. He's taking a lot of damage, but he gets the disarm. He's going to die to Kinder's surprise, but they do get the buyback on that. Kinder, he will die. What a team fight that was. If I replay that, I don't know what I'm going to pick up because it was so long. I'm going to watch the replay, see what we can see.
I think the highlight of that was the 3-man black hole.
Yeah, that was an amazing vortex. Unfortunately, we don't get that. Royd stays a little bit too long and therefore goes down. Die drop buybacks really hard because they want to take this fight. And of course, Ted had like 1 million arenas. And the point we're looking at now is just this the repeats. But the power of Storm Spirit's Agnums, it is such a game-changing item. And now, Nat was level 30 in that fight. He's really, really far ahead when it comes to XP, and that gave him the Invis wind run, which Vatemel's still carrying dust this far into the game, because of course he needed against the Moonlight Shadow. Even after that, they're 15,000 gold ahead, yet it's looking really bad for them. But we talked about it's mostly support deficit. Karen is a very poor support. Basically has 1 item the entire game, even 60 minutes. But does it matter? Not really. She just needs to press Bloodlust on Mofara.
They know that there's no buyback on the wind. They're knocking on the tier 4s.
I think I might have just gone for the racks. In case you can't take the tier 4s. Tier 4 towers are very tanky. They have 21 armor.
They are going for the mega creeps.
Whoa, they actually dropped the arena. Mofara managed to get out. He gets Hex, but he does get the ultimate off in time. Gets the stun onto Wobbler. The ultimate lasts a very long time. They're going to try for a kill on somewhat. Royd's dropping his sight. He's also got Abyssal, but meanwhile, Mofara trying to get a kill on Wobbler, but they have no way to get him out of stealth. And then he goes out of stealth and he dies. Or does he die? No, he lives! What? Wobbler just walks away. He has no business on being alive. Mofara says, I've got to get this rack. They do finally get the rack, so it looks like Storm Spirit's going to go down. That's the Scythe advice, getting that disabled. Scythe actually a very smart item. They're going to drop the refresher, but the banish from Wobbler, it was not quite coordinated well enough, but there's absolutely no man on Mofara. Mofara is going to go down. Has the Satanic. When he gets the Satanic off, he does get the Satanic off, but he doesn't press it. Now he pressed it. Full HP. Beautiful play. Karen comes in with the Heaven's Halberd, but Mofara's still going to go down from the ridiculous damage done by Nat. And now a lot of kills. They're actually losing their tier 4 towers as well. Now they're trying to barrel down mid lane as fast as possible, but they still have 3 buybacks. And now there are mega creeps. So it's going to be very hard for the Dire. Nat has 8,000 gold, so much money. He finds Jabatemel. Can Jabatemel escape? He can drop the halberd. He does halberd him, and then he just rolls away. With the Blink Dagger, he would escape. TPing while rolling away. Gets the stun while TPing. What a ridiculous hero. But see the damage that does. I suppose that is a 6-slotted Wind Ranger.
We're nearly approaching the dreaded 60-minute mark. Radiant still have buyback, so we can...
They've got buyback, they've got glyph, and they've got all their racks up, apart from one melee rack. Oh, don't quite get the disarm. So far, it's just one range rack. It's nothing to panic about. They've still got glyph. They're going for the win. They're trying to get buybacks. That's what they're trying to do. Glyph is going to be dropped. It's going to clear the creeps. I don't have offensive glyph. They're still trying for the win. The Radiant have to be really careful. They'll lose the game. 7 seconds for Storm Spirit. Debate Bell. Oh no, they might actually just go for the win. It's the greed. Are they going to lose the game because of it? They've lost both tier 4 towers. They do have to get some buybacks. There's the Hex onto Jabatemo. Jabatemo is going to go down very, very soon. He does die. Now Mofaro is alive, running straight into the fight, uses his ultimate for the move speed. They're chasing the Mars. Do they have protection? Yes, they do. There's going to be the kill onto Mars. Wobble with absolutely no mana. Nat goes in, but Nat is so low on HP, just immediately goes down. What was that play? Way too much greed. Mofaro's now going hard onto Royce, but Royce with the Agnum is able to escape with ease. Well, they went for a very risky play. The Radiant was so greedy, and they lost both their tier 4 towers, and now they have no glyphs, so their Ancient is exposed, which is a scary place to be. But now there is no Mars. There is also no Nat, but Nat does have the buyback. And the thing is, these Mega Creeps, they're pushing in all the lanes all the time. So it's always going to be hard for them to get like a little bit of a sneaky push or anything.
The standard never give up mindset despite Mega Creep.
Are we going to see 60-minute items? Probably not, because
We are maybe, because they are a bit reluctant to go high ground.
buyback.
They did
Nat.
force out the buy from the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, we need to have a look at the buyback status. At the moment, there's 1 on Dire and 2 on Radiance. There's not a lot available. If there's a full team wipe, it probably spells the game. Let's just have a look at the buyback cooldowns. Dire are waiting on 4. That's the longest one. Radiant are actually only waiting on 1 buyback, and it's the Medusa though, so the most important one. First neutral item will be the Force Boots. Force Boots is a very nice item. Dispel, another 4-star. I think you can use it on allies now as well. Yep, you can. And it also dispels them. It uncaps your move speed. It does a lot. 30 health regen as well. Crazy item. Apex. Pirate's Hat. 2 Pirate's Hats, 1 for each team. Medusa will really appreciate Pirate's Hat. 150 attack speed as well as 50 move speed. And Pirate's Hat as well, maybe for the slot. There's also an Apex. Which team got the Apex?
Stygian for the Radiant as well.
Ranger, yeah. Stygian. Who's going to use the Stygian though? They've got an Apex, a Force Boots, and a Pirate Hat all on the same team. That's very hard to use. Storm Spirit is
Stygian
holding the
for
Apex
Medusa?
at the moment. Medusa decides, I want the Stygian. I want the -7 armor, -10 armor, and the 60 damage. That means a Pirate's Hat is just available though.
Oh, but Mars, he gets the Giant's Ring.
Giant's Ring is a great item. Arcanist armor, underrated. Really nice stats. Also is like an AoE blade mail. Fallen Sky.
And the Fallen Sky. This
Wow.
is gonna be...
There are
This
some
is gonna be a game and a
insane
half.
neutrals. It's very hard to keep track of who's got what. Ex Machina, one of the greatest items as well. 20 armor and the ability to reset your cooldowns on a 25-second cooldown of its own. Only items, but that's double BKB every single fight. Or your BKB now has a 25-second cooldown, as I like to see it.
Ooh. Damn. Uh-oh.
Bait Mel, be careful. He's gone for the Arcanist armor, which I think makes a lot of sense.
But he just rolled away.
TP'd on
Just to be safe.
Yeah, Royds is holding the Pirate's Hat. There is not a Roche at the moment. It's respawning in 28 seconds. Mars is absolutely enormous. Look at the size of this guy.
Everyone was out
Like the
of
size
He's a
of the
big,
tower.
chunky lad. This reminds me
Whoa,
of
they
the
go
Axe
hard.
Map.
They get the Abyssal Blade and they get the Hex. They drop a lot of abilities. They drop the Refresher. They're going to double spin. They can't get the Spear up because before he gets the stun. Is he able to escape? No, he still goes down because he gets stunned by the Basher. But he is going to buy back straight away. Storm Spirit will be back in the fight. Mefari takes quite a bit of burst damage, but he is going to be fine. So all they got was a kill on Storm Spirit. And they had
And
to
they're
back.
just TPing back.
Yeah, because their base is going down. They lost 1 tier 4 tower, the second one taking a lot of damage. That's the problem that Dire have. Every single fight, they've got to be lifting up their base. Debatemel says, no, I want to kill. Arcanist armor dropped by Kinder.
I didn't even move.
But Fire is still not level 30. Is anyone else level 30? Yeah, it's actually 2 heroes on the Dire. 22k gold ahead as well. Level 30 on the Slark. But making a lot of use out of the Scythe of Vice, I must say. All he needs is a Moonshard, and he couldn't get any fatter. Medusa also needs a Moonshard. They are going for the Roche. Roche will give a free Aghanims. Is anyone still in need of Aghanims? On the Radiant, it is just Karen.
But do they notice that there's a Hoodwink sitting right next to the... Oh, he just walks away. But Roids does he find? That's the real question. They don't.
The thing is, Nat's in the base at the moment. Nat with the Ex Machina, though, does give him the double BKB, as well as 20 armor, because he only has 13 of it.
Double clip here as well.
Yeah, double claim also good. Scythe of Vice on Mars too.
Very, very crucial rush. The top wave is just shoving in. If Dire are not careful, they just lose to Mega Creeps right here.
No buyback on Mofara. That's what I'm scared of. Mofara gets stunned. Stunned again. Arena is dropped. There's the Scythe onto Jabate, but do they have the damage to bring down Jabate now? We're going on to Karen as well. Royd's trying to get the free kill and the support with Nat. Karen actually still alive at the moment. There's no refresher on Mars.
But
still no one has died.
Creeps.
There's going to be the first death Karen. Yeah, the creeps are in the base, but do they realize? I mean, we don't have time to look at it because we're looking at this team fight. Mofara just needs to have the fight go on as long as possible. Wobber has gone back, but he's trying to defend the base, and the base is in a lot of trouble. Karen is going to buy back from this fight. Mofara, he's taking a lot of damage. He's lost all his mana, but out comes the two-man stun. And again, he uses it with the refresher onto Storm Spirit. Mofara is going to be fine. Drops his Titanic, gets a lot of mana back from his shard. Massive amounts of damage coming out. And Royd actually goes down to the static remnants. But the base is in such peril. The supports have to go back, and that's the problem. You lose the supports during the fight. Buyback from Slarp, there's no buyback on that.
And I think this could be game. Finally.
It looks like it. Dire are still ahead by 15,000 gold though. And they're ahead 3 levels as well. Still no level 30s on the Radiant. Doesn't really matter though. Mofara is taking down the Roche. I'm not sure who's going to take the Aegis. Maybe it's going to go on to the case instead. Aaron needs to take the Aghanim. He's the only person who doesn't have it. It's really good on Ogre Magi.
They still have refresher shots. That's a lot of items and 80 seconds. Surely they can end. Dire do have Glyph, but
They do, but the base is only on 3,000 HP. Royds is looking for a kill. He's level 30. He's very strong. He goes directly onto Jabate. Goes again, Abyssal Blade. Scythes him as well, but he just too many Force Staffs. Force Staffs and Force Boots. 2 Force Staffs and Force Boots to keep you away from the Slark. Really nice play by the supports. See, supports are MVP when it comes to the late game. There's the Glyph. He just can't stick to anybody. He's trying, but Royce is just running away instead. Jabate is on about 1 HP. Doesn't manage to blink away. Gets Gleipnir. Kinder, can he bring down Jabate? No, he can't. Yes, he can. Finally brings it down. Base will die. That's going to be game 66 minutes in. And that was quite an intense game 1 of this in-house. We have been live for nearly an hour and a half already, and that was just game 1. Ooh.
back and forth.
Yeah, it
The
was.
Deucer versus the Wind.
It was a game that looked like it was very even for the first nearly half an hour. Then I thought, Dire are creating a lot of momentum. Dire are going to win this game. Then it was Radiant again. Then it was heavily Dire. But then, even though there was a massive cold advantage, Radiant was still winning the fights. It was just all over the place. I want to see who's done the most hero damage here. Goes Mofara and then Nat on the Wind Ranger. I suppose makes sense, but no one is slacking with damage. At least 20,000 done by everybody. Any big camp stacks or anything of interest? Not particularly. No gems bought either. But 40 sentries bought by Wobber. Well, what a game that was.